Hello, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the Saints just won. So I wanted to express my excitement for that. Anyway, I hope y'all are doing all right. Um, Welcome to discussion number 4. This is dealing with the birth of the opera and beyond. So yeah, really quick, I just want to run through some of this. I want to touch on the important aspects and some of the fun aspects of this assignment. So go ahead and read through all of this. This talks about this. We start getting into what operas are and where they came from. Be sure if I have a hyperlink, please click on it and check it out. So this has operas here, and then the Florentine Camerata. It means you're going to need to know about them, especially for final exams. All right, so then check these out. Now, these next two videos are just kind of for fun. Some examples of molding a modern beat to an old opera. This is really unique, and he sounds awesome. So check that out. It's kind of cool. Quick listen. Here's R. Kelly. Kind of a joke, but it is kind of a funny. You could technically call it some sort of opera. Okay, now the important aspects of this, a little more serious. Please read and watch the following material. So definitely read this. It's really important. Just a brief history of opera. It's really not that long of a read, just maybe a couple minutes. This is a very important video to watch. Just some very specific characteristics of opera, and it kind of tells you the different types of singers and whatnot. All right, so this is number 1. I want to need you to watch all this stuff. Check it out. Read. Number 2, early opera, Renaissance through Baroque. Please, again, if you see any hyperlinks, please take those seriously and read and watch those. Now, here's a little side note. Most of these clips are very, very long, so I would just suggest click and play, and then going very beginning. Oh, that guy has a very high voice. We'll talk about that. That is called castrati in the olden days. But anyway, go forward, kind of see, maybe if you can catch some action. Whoa, that was kind of crazy. This is a real famous opera. So anyway, this is kind of how I want you to go through it, but kind of spend a little more time. Like, okay, so at 1 hour and 28 minutes, I'm going to start watching, and I'm going to listen for 5 minutes. Cool? All right, so that'll give you a good idea of the type of music. And I want you to do that with all of these, unless they're shorter, like this 4-minute one. Okay, moving on. This is a little bit of serious and a little bit of fun. Magic Flute is something that I want y'all to listen to. Specifically, this one. This is the most famous, and you'll recognize it. And then also some lagniappe about this piece. You can hear my band playing it here. It's kind of funny. It's a New Orleans version of this. And then also you might recognize it from the Fifth Element. Okay, romantic opera, and then we talk about, give you a couple examples there. All right, now we get to the assignment. So for this discussion, I'd like you first, in your first post, I'd like you to define these things: the bel canto style, opera buffa, opera seria, and opera, okay? Define those, and then underneath, after you define those, I would like you to provide a name and a post, preferably from YouTube, of one opera and its composer from each of these eras: the Baroque, Classical, and Romantic era. Okay, so that's 3 total videos: 1 from Baroque, 1 from Classical, 1 from Romantic era. Cool. Once you do that, you just have to show them and make sure you put one's Baroque, and then the next one is Classical, and then the next, and then put the video, and then after that video you put Romantic, and put your Romantic video underneath that. Okay. All right, then the comment specification. So when you reply to somebody after you've posted, I want you to post a 20th century modern time example of opera, okay? And I've given you an example here, which means you cannot use this one. This is a really cool one that just came out, and you need to check it out. This article is really unique. It's Terence Blanchard's Champion in Opera and Jazz, and it's modern because it happened after 1901, of course. So that's Your modern 20th century opera cannot have been composed before 1900. Okay, so that's big, that part. All right, and then check this out, man. This is actually really, really awesome. This is on WWOZ. If you don't listen to it, you should check it out. But it's basically they just talk about what the opera is. But read this article. The article is really cool. Terence Blanchard is he was basically being recognized for being one of the first Black Americans to compose a full opera, and to some other extent. So next thing is the assignment checklist. Okay, so after you've read all this, once you've finished everything, just to double check you did everything, make sure you've defined those 5 vocabularies. Make sure you've provided a name and a post of one opera per era, totaling of 3 videos. And then make sure after you post, you reply with one example of a 20th century modern times example, the name and the video of it. If there's an article of it, that'll only help your reply. So, all right, yeah, go Saints, and we'll see you on the next video. See you one. Have a great one.